Hey, I've been wanting to upload this video for a while, or upload a video. I want to keep creating, I know not a lot of people see this on YouTube, but the fact that anybody watches this is really exciting stuff. Oh my god, my face looks so oily. I was just lying in bed, so my hair is all a mess as well. Just look at this place though, this is the back of my house. It's really nice. So what I want to talk about, is obviously the iPad, because I feel like a lot of people talk about it, but they don't really, because a lot of people talk about the iPad as it's not a computer replacement, or it is a computer replacement, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about the fact that where the iPad can't replace your computer in many respects, your computer can't replace your iPad in many respects. I'm very lucky. I started off with, I had this really old Windows laptop for most of high school and then the beginning of university. And actually it was so slow that I decided to use the second gen iPad, the second iPad ever made, was what I decided to use to make my notes in second year. And then my sister, seeing me struggle on that, got me the second gen iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil, which was just, wow, it's actually really hard to hold this camera up here. She got me the second generation iPad Pro, which was an amazing thing. I'm a medical student, I had a lot of notes, I needed to be able to work through them, I needed to be able to keep them on me, to reference through them quickly, to listen to lectures online, to be able to edit documents, so when I'm making notes, I can change those notes later. Just look at this river. It's cleared up. A lot of the time it's all green and patchy, but yeah, it's actually a bit weird. I'm doing this entire review of the iPad line, technology and all that stuff in nature, a very natural area. But yeah, so it was an amazing tool, I could do things that I could never do with my laptop, being able to, because you're doing many hours of studying, it gets tiring to sit at your desk, so being able to take all of your notes into in a little, tiny little thing and walk around with it is incredible. It was incredibly liberating. I didn't have to sit at a desk. You want to go to Starbucks? Just toss it in a bag and go. It's so light, it's so thin. And it was great. For my second, third, and fourth year, my third and my fourth year, it was literally all I needed, because we weren't doing any research work at the time. But then at the end of fourth year, we started with our research projects. Look how beautiful that tree is. Started with our research projects, and I realized that the iPad couldn't do something as simple as referencing text. So if you're doing a case report or something like that, and you have to have references and you have to have citations, the iPad literally can't do that. You can do it manually, but it's a pain in the ass. And that's when I decided to get a MacBook. Or my mom was gave me a MacBook. I was very lucky in that way. And so here's my thesis, right? Here's the thesis that I've come to, is that the best way to compute is 2-in-1, or rather a 2-device setup. Now, I've never used a Windows 2-in-1 before. So I don't know if that solves this problem in a better way, but I think it's better if possible. I think the game plan, if possible, is not that one should replace the other, it's that they're complementary devices, but that one is not necessarily superior to the other. A laptop is useful in many ways. You can write case reports on it, you can do research on it much more easily, all your typing stuff is great there, but an iPad is great for getting down, drawing, annotating notes, taking notes on the go, being ultra portable, all of that stuff. They're two almost, they have some, it's two circles, and they have an overlap area, but they're occupying two different regions altogether. I think I think that's the thing that's missing in a lot of conversation I see in the tech space about the iPad is Apple's whole advertising, your next iPad is your next computer isn't a computer, is like very legitimately true. Like the iPad doesn't solve the laptop needs. Like it doesn't, like the needs that are this old tech is designed to solve a problem, and this problem that the laptop solves, the iPad doesn't solve it completely. Like there's some overlap, but it's not really an answer. Like why would you give an answer to something that has already been answered? Like the laptop is already a great form factor. We're not trying to create something to do the same thing again. If you want that, you can go get that. The iPad is meant to answer an entirely different set of needs that haven't been answered before. There is no product like the iPad, There's no product that you can do that stuff on like the iPad. It's evolved so much from just being an overblown iPhone, And that's what I think is missing fundamentally, is like, it's a totally different thing. And the experience you can get, like the versatility you can get from having both devices. I don't think the iPad should be trying to be like the Mac. I don't think of the software updates like now with iPadOS, right? iPadOS 15. They've refined multitasking, which I think is great. Everyone wanted more. Even I was a bit disappointed at the keynote. I felt like nothing exciting was announced, but that's an example of what I want to see on the iPad. I want to see the iPad refined as an iPad. Because if you want a laptop, I want to see that laptop getting defined as a laptop. I want to see macOS Monterey get more specific, more powerful as a laptop. And I want to see the iPad get more powerful and more specific as an iPad. They're two different things. They're answering different problems. These dogs in the background, where are they? Here are the biggest pain in the ass. They're always barking. They're just the biggest assholes of dogs ever. But that's like, I want to see like from Apple new software that promotes like, that answers different problems. I don't want you to answer the same thing again. Like if you want a laptop, get a laptop. And that's why I think like, it's obviously, but I thought about it a lot because it's a very privileged thing to say, I'm just going to get an iPad and a Mac. Like, that's like, yeah, you piece of shit, go fuck yourself. But the thing is, I think even if so let's say a laptop is like, so let's say a MacBook Pro is like $1,300, right? I don't know how much it is in South Africa, but if you just get like the iPad Air, the MacBook Air, or go to a pre-owned Apple store, get the old MacBook, like pre-M1 MacBook. It should be a lot cheaper, and then that $320 iPad with the Apple Pencil of $100. Like, if you can get all of those products, like if I could get all those products cheaper, like shittier products, so they're not fast, not snappy, but they still do the job. I would get that rather than one expensive laptop. Hey, look at my dog. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? You want to say hi to everyone? Yeah, so that's what I want. Like, I want Apple to show me. I don't want Apple to just bring. Oh, here's the other guy. Come here, Pluto. I don't want Apple to just. I don't want Apple to just solve this one thing. Like that we've already got an answer to. I want like a WWDC. I don't want to see like logic for the iPad. I don't want to see what's it called, like multi-sizing. I don't know. What I want to see is the iPad getting better at being the iPad. Like, I don't want you to bring the Mac apps to the iPad. I want you to bring really good iPad apps. Like, I want LumaFusion to get better. I want all of that to get better. Like Procreate is such an iPad app. I want more apps like that. Like, if you want to use Logic, go use the M1 Max. It's there. Like, Again, I don't know if Windows laptops that are 2-in-1 solve this problem, because I've heard the problem is they're not great as 2-in-1s. I mean, they're not great as tablets. Not really. And I think that tablet, like that quick, snappy experience, every time I've seen someone use a 2-in-1, it's a bit laggy in the touch input. So it's not as fast or snappy as responsive, which would annoy the shit out of me. But for some people that might not be a problem, and I haven't honestly used it myself. Oh god, I've been covering the mics, haven't I? I hope you could hear me. But yeah. Okay, that's my 2 cents on it. In this beautiful... My dogs are out there doing God knows what. But yeah, okay. I need to come up with a catchphrase to end these videos. Like, see you guys. The next one is MKBHD's video title. This is actually a response inspired by MKBHD, because his iPad review was just so fucking linear, down the road, not at all inspired. Like, not that I have huge respect for him, but I feel like you just wasn't looking at, like, you weren't looking at what the iPad is intended for. You were looking at it from what you want it to be, and you're not like expanding into like what can it be, like what is its purpose, like what is this doing, like why does this exist. You were just like, it's not a laptop, so fuck it, like, you know, which, yeah. Okay, take care, bye.